Sun be rising in the west side, sun be rising in the north side, it be rising in the east side, even touching on the south side. Every equinox and solstice got me looking for the soldiers. 7 days of repeating, got you lost within the deacons, got you being such a demon. I don't think that they care, I know that.
Happy now, all is now. It's a gift to be in the present. The fresh stage signing back in here, putting out my perspective into the cloud of the collective to expand the collective consciousness. You're now tuning into the mind of an alginate moon / Aries moon, and it is Jupiter day, and this is gonna be, and it's also Virgo hours. So I make this video, and in this video we're gonna be talking about the moon going into Libra, okay? And we got moon in Libra, sun in Leo, okay? So this makes a 60-degree angle for opportunities, okay? So the opportunities to react and respond to are setting the stage in your relationships, you know. So this can play out as if you're not careful, it can play out as you wanting to be center stage in the relationships you're in, and that's playing more of a, that's not fair, that's playing more or less on the fair. That's not really fair, you know, because the moon being a Libra is also dealing with balance and fairness, okay? So basically, got shit moving behind me. So basically, this, with moon being in Libra, emotionally, we're looking for some emotional balance, okay? So with the sun being in Leo, you know, this is, you know, making our ego, our solar plexus, you know, being originally where it's familiar with, it makes our actions and our vitality and the light we shed a lot more, you know, center stage. So it could play as you could come off as trying to get center stage, but just make sure like you're looking for that fairness and balance as far as giving other people the spotlight within, you know, within your relationship, you know, and not just you wanting the spotlight, so you can actually shed light onto other relationships you're in. And this is playing in the 3rd house, so you know, this is basically dealing with your close surroundings, you know, and your environment, okay? So Mercury is retrograde in Virgo, and it's conjuncting Venus, okay? So this Mercury going retrograde in Virgo is basically playing now as going back and reassessing certain plans or certain schedules or things you planned, you know, reassessing these things, really looking at the details of the things, the thoughts and ideas that you receive with Mercury being in Virgo. But it's eventually going to go into Leo too, Mercury retrograding. So it's going to go back into Leo. But for right now, it's conjuncting Venus. So with Venus being in Virgo, Venus is not really comfortable in Virgo. Okay, so Venus is not comfortable in Virgo. So this plays where our love language, our not solar plexus, but sacral chakra, you know, is more in the realms of the service area instead of the pleasure area. So with this, with Venus being in Virgo, you know, this is playing out as a, you know, so with Mercury conjuncting that, this playing out as the thoughts and ideas you receive, it could be, these are the stargates. Stargates meaning the multiple ways it could play out. It could play out as a trine, it could play out as a conjunction, it could play out as in conjunction, it could play out as a sextile, just depending on how it's aligning you. Okay, so but for right now, you know, this is in that second house, you know, so this is playing out as, you know, what we have to offer. So really looking at the details and planning and analyzing and scheduling, you know, what we have to offer, and with our gifts, our talents, you know, and our monies, our pentacles to a certain degree, and our security and safety, you know, and this is what we value at this time. Okay, so with Mercury being in with Venus being in Virgo, you know, this is having the pleasure and the love for, you know, the work. Okay, so right now you might feel as if, you know, with this moon conjuncting Venus in Virgo, you might feel a new way on how you can a whole new way of feeling about how you go about work and what you work on. Okay, and how you pleasure and willing to compromise, what you're willing to compromise with within your workspace, and what you choose to work on. Okay, so yeah, that's how that's playing out. So with Sun, did I break that down? Sun is sextiling Jupiter in Aries. Not Jupiter in Aries, but Jupiter in Gemini and Mars in Gemini. So Sun is sextiling Mars and Jupiter. Okay, so this plays out as the sextile, so like a 60-degree angle, opportunities, you know, to take action towards, you know, your what's it called, to take opportunity to take actions towards your passions, and opportunities to take actions towards growth and expansion. If y'all can't tell, I'm a little under the weather right now, but I gotta get this video out. Shit. But yeah, it feel good out here. I'm getting the sun and shit. I was just getting the sun, but yeah. Moon, sun. So moon is trining Jupiter and Mars. So this is the gift of communication. So the gift to react and respond within your relationships in a passionate way, or to engage in passionate communicationships within your relationships. Okay, and it could also, with Moon trining Jupiter, this is the gifts to react and respond towards growth. So it's just like having within your relationship for people, places, and things, you're looking like, how can you expand? How can you expand with your communication and your short distance traveling, your learning, and your growth and expansion? How can you communicate? How can you expand the way you communicate within your relationships? Okay, so to reach broader and people. And as far as Mars, how can you expand? It's like it's trying in Jupiter, so this is playing out where it wants you to really expand with your passions, you know. So expand with your passions, and yeah, this is how that's gonna play out. Okay, so yeah, and Moon is opposing Moon is opposing Chiron, and Moon is opposing North Node. So this is playing out as feeling at odds towards making a mistake, or feeling at odds towards reacting and responding towards healing a wound. Okay? And so like having obstacles healing a wound, you know? So Moon opposing North Node in Aries, this is feeling at odds towards your spiritual path, or looking for that gaining balance, finding that balance within your emotions and how you feel about your spiritual path, you know? So or looking for the right relationships, or for people, places, and things to associate with that could be beneficial for you in your spiritual path. Okay? So Moon squaring Pluto in Aquarius, this is learning how to react and respond towards taking power and control over your network. And this is playing out in that 7th house, so to a certain degree, your relationships. Okay? So yeah, that's going to be short. The first day signing out. Catch you next now.